Welcome back, friends, to another The City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Lids87 here, and today, guys, I am bringing you another Are They Worth It video, where I cover a banner to see if the said units on that banner are truly worth your precious tickets and or gems. Before I get into it though, friends, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button and a personal life update. I have mentioned it twice in some previous videos. First and foremost, I apologize for missing out on the Aphmu and Kane Are They Worth It videos. Hopefully you guys did decide to pull if you guys had ingots. Truthfully, like, I go through these phases where I get really burnt out in the game and I just go like I want nothing to do with it. So that happened last week. I do play both versions of the game, and it sometimes it becomes a lot, you know. And the fact that I have been mentioning that I am looking for some place to live, we found a place to live. So I am looking to move at the end of the month, and I do want to be focusing on the upcoming LD and Burst era or videos, because I do want to recommend, you know, what LD units you guys should be chasing. And, you know, once I move, there's a good chance I won't like be able to make anything for like a week, because, you know, we're going to be working on the new place, we're going to be painting, all that wonderful stuff. So I don't know how long that would take me, so I want to focus on getting out those LD and Burst videos during this time. So there's a good chance you guys won't be seeing any Are They Worth It videos. If I do post videos, like, it'll maybe just be like quick talks, or maybe just a poll session, so to say, because they're a little bit more easier to record. And, you know, also during work, it's going to be busy during work too, new website, all that wonderful stuff. So these next few weeks I am going to be very busy, but I want to focus on the important things for you guys to help you guys with the start of the LD and Burst era. All right, friends, so again, I'm moving, life changes. You won't be seeing as many, or if all Are They Worth It videos. I'm still here. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the support, and I will be working on those videos. All right, friends, I will still be streaming on Twitch. It's a little bit easier just to go live at night. So if you do want to check me out there, link is down below in the description. Again, friends, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys, and let's get started on this video. All that wonderful stuff being said, July 6th, UTC time, we will be getting a new event in the form of Eald'narche, and there should be a free first multi-draw because of this summer fiesta, if I understand it correctly. So Garnet's costume is going to be coming back, her white mage costume, in the form of a gem bundle. Garnet to receive EX animation updates and a rework also. Speaking about Garnet, there she is. Her EX weapon is returning. This is, I believe, the second or third time we've seen it. It's probably the second time. And Eald'narche's EX weapon, we'll be seeing it for the first time. And we got the twins in the upper right-hand corner as the third wheel. And again, friends, Summer Fiesta, free multi-draw. Hopefully we get EXs there. That'd be amazing. All right, so let's talk about the very first unit on this banner, and that's going to be Garnet. First and foremost, yes, I did chop off her staff. It was getting in the way, friends. It's ginormous. So everything about Garnet is pretty much a pro. First and foremost, she is getting a new animation, all right? Alexander is going to be flapping its wings. It's going to be beautiful, and she's going to be doing all the wonderful stuff that Holy Prayer does, which is her EX ability. And also, in the near future, Riddy will also be getting an EX animation where her water dragon pops out and spews all that wonderful water. Other forms of pros about Garnet: she has a lot of AoE Brave plus HP attacks, which is going to help you out tremendously keep the enemy's Brave in check, especially if there's multiple enemies. She has amazing Brave battery. Like, pretty much all aspects of her kit has some form of Brave regen or healing. Her Aquamarine Water Glint, her additional ability grants Brave regen. Her Deluge, which is her upgraded Brave attack, and her Dragon Wave, which is her upgraded HP attack. After using Aquamarine Water Glint, she grants herself Water Dragon, which upgrades her Brave and HP attack. She grants Brave regen after using Aquamarine Water Glint to the party with Hammer of Judgment, which is her upgraded HP attack after using Peridot Thunderflash, and she grants herself Thunder Star. With Holy Prayer, which is her EX ability, also her Holy Prayer EX ability also massively heals the party, and she also grants Holy Prayer buff, which grants Brave Regen to the party. Talking about buffs, she does have some forms of party-wide buffs. She has her Water Dragoon, again, when she gets with her first ability, Aquamarine Water Glint, and Thunder Star, which she gets after using her second ability, Peridot Thunderflash. They cancel each other out, so keep that in mind. So with Water Dragon, she infuses water to her own non-elemental attacks, and then this will also raise her own max brave, raise the party's max brave, and raise the party's int brave. With Thunder Star, she will infuse her own non-elemental attacks with Thunder, and then she will also raise her max brave, the party's max brave, and the party's attack. On top of this, she also has elemental imperils in the form of water and thunder. Upon using her first ability, she imperils water. Upon using her second ability, she imperils thunder. And if you happen to take her EX plus to 2 out of 3, Holy Prayer will then also inflict water and thunder resist down or imperils to the enemies. And not only that, she has elemental enhances to non-elemental attacks, so to the party. So to herself, with Water Dragon and Thunderstar into the party in the form of the Holy Prayer buff. After using her EX ability for 10 turns, your party will have Thunder and Water in hands. And this really lets you take your party to a lot of stages. She doesn't just have one Elemental Imperil in hand, she has 2 of them. And we all know how great Elemental Imperilers and Enhancers are. You know, first when we had Lulu, now we have Fujin, now we have Garnet. In the near future, we're going to have Radius. So pick one type of Elemental Imperil or Enhancer for your party and just take them anywhere to just dish out that much more damage. Now let's take a look at her noteworthy passives. So C50, 10% to Int Brave, Max Brave attack and defense if HP is at max at the start of the last wave, and this can be further boosted with Princess Resolve Boost, 2 stars, which is an artifact passive, which is 5% to Int Brave, Max Brave attack and defense is same condition if HP is at max at the start of the last wave, up to a total of 15%. So usually with these I'm a little iffy depending on how many waves there are in the stage. So if there's like 5 waves, I usually don't like taking these kinds of boosted passives. So to say for the C50, that's when I'll stick to like 108s and max breakthrough 30s, because even upon taking like 1 HP damage, this won't trigger at the final wave. If it's shorter waves like 1 or 2 or 3, or if you have like really good HP healers on the party, okay, awesome, grab yourself some attack 108s, some C50s, Princess Resolve Boost, just so she's boosted in a lot of parts of her stats. And with C68, she does raise the party's Int Brave and Max Brave by 10%. EX Plus recommendation, I do recommend taking her to EX Plus 3 out of 3. At EX Plus 1 out of 3, she will grant the party 40% to Max Brave and attack. At EX Plus 2 out of 3, she will grant herself Divine Guardian buff. Now what this does is this will give her an additional plus 50% to Stolen Max Brave Overflow. If you take her EX Plus to 3 out of 3, this will grant her an additional 30% to Max Brave Overflow, so 80% total. So on the following turn, she could just dump out that much more Brave. And also at EX Plus 2 out of 3, this is where she will inflict Thunder and Water Resist down to the enemies. After using Holy Prayer, she will have a free ability use on the following turn, helping out her longevity. And when the quest starts, she will grant herself a Holy Prayer, giving your party members that Water and Thunder enhance up and the Brave regen. Not only that, on the first turn at 2 out of 3, she will have a free ability use, no action delay, and free turns. So what this means is you can pick what element you want to add in an Imperil to, Water or Thunder Resist down to the enemies by using her first or second ability. Your party members already have Holy Prayer on them, so they're going to be dishing out that much more damage right at the start of the fight. So you definitely want at least EX Plus 2 out of 3. But at EX Plus 3 out of 3, she can survive lethal if her HP is above 50%. But when using Holy Prayer, there will be no action delay and free turn, so she gets to act immediately after using her EX ability for a free turn. So if you happen to max out her EX weapon, she has a C-type bonus sphere. When her own HP is restored, she will raise her attack by 10% for 6 turns. So anyone with the C slot, and if they can heal themselves or HP, they will take full advantage of this bonus sphere. There are not a lot of cons to Garnet. The main one being is her HP healing is only with Holy Prayer, and it is on the slightly slower side. So if the enemy is doing a bunch of HP attacks, there's a good chance that you might die unless you spam her abilities like crazy to charge up her Holy Prayer that much more faster. So just keep that in mind, friends. If the enemy spams a lot of HP attacks, you might be in trouble. So that is literally like the only con that I can't see for her. Now time to talk about the main unit on this banner, and it's going to be Eald'narche. So since Eald'narche is a very new character, I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible without taking a very long time to explain his pros, because he has some good pros. It's not complicated, okay friends? So I'll try to keep it simple. Keyword is try. So at the start of a quest, Eald'narche will start off with a unique effect called Exoplates. What this does for Eald'narche is Brave and HP damage reduction by 50%, 100% debuff evasion. He can survive death and leaves him at 1 HP, and when he's at critical HP, he will recover all of his HP, and this will dispel Exoplates. Now while Exoplates is active, there's nothing truly special with this kit. This is more of a defensive like stance. So his phase shift, his first ability, just AoE Brave HP attacks, wonderful. But what phase shift also does is dispel Exoplates, but we will talk about that in a second. His second ability, Eald'narche Cascade. Oh man, don't pronounce that one wrong. 50% HP damage, inflicts attack down. He will also grant himself Muled Cunning, which increases his max Brave and attack, and this will also upgrade his Brave and HP attack, so they're plus forms. And he just has Vortex, which is his EX ability. Sure. Now, while Exoplates is active, you're going to want to spam the shit out of Eald'narche Cascade. We're going to talk about that in a moment and why. Because Nacho gets really pissed off when Exoplates comes off. Alright, so once Exoplates comes off, again, there's 2 ways to do this. Either A, by using phase shift, or B, when he's pretty much about to die. That's when Exoplates will fall off. Now keep in mind, friends, that when you use phase shift while Exoplates is active, you get to use phase shift for free. Now once Exoplates is removed, he will fully heal his HP, recover all uses of Uranus Cascade. Remember that ability I just told you guys to spam like crazy? This is why he gets them all back, all his uses back. Phase shift will turn into Stellar Burst, Uranus Cascade will become Omega Javelin, and Vortex will upgrade into Vortex Plus. Now the gloves are off, Eald'narche is pissed, and he goes from a more defensive stance to a more aggressive stance. So when Exoplates is off, Stellar Burst hits harder, inflicts speed down. Sure. Omega Javelin hits harder, inflicts defense down, inflicts warp down for 2 turns. Now let's talk about warp here for 1 second, alright? So what warp does is whenever the afflicted target moves, Eald'narche will get an additional turn right after that enemy. And this granted turn does not increase turn count, so it is a free turn. So what this means is whenever the afflicted enemy moves, Eald'narche goes right after them for free. Great way for him to dump out his Brave, or use Brave attacks, or follow up with a strong, I don't know, EX ability, first or second ability, just to dish out that much more damage. He's going to be all over the place. And also while Exoplates is off, he gets Vortex Plus. Now this also hits harder. Are you guys seeing the trend here? And he is able to inflict terror for 2 turns. So what terror does is the inflicted enemy takes 20% more HP damage from Eald'narche. Pair him with Kais during the chase. Pair him with Shalada down the horizon. Pair him with Kurasame down the horizon, who also have HP damage up to either the party in one way or another. And also the afflicted enemy cannot act while targeting Eald'narche. They are so scared they will not move even during AoE attacks. So this is a great way to shut down enemies, especially if you don't have someone like, for example, like Arciala or Kefka, where they have HP silences or disables. Eald'narche, whenever he's being targeted, the enemy cannot act. They will not act. And to make it even that much more better, his additional ability to buff Act Longer Throw. So it's just an AoE range Brave attack, but for 4 turns, extends base duration of inflicted debuffs by 2 turns. So if I'm reading this correctly, that means upon using Omega Javelin, his warp, it goes from 2 turns to 4 turns. After using Vortex, his terror can go from 2 turns to 4 turns. So you're going to want to use your additional ability before using Omega Javelin or Vortex Plus. Just to take full advantage of warp and terror, and just to make him last that much longer. He's going to be getting a lot of free turns, especially if there's multiple enemies. He's going to be shutting down a lot of enemies, especially if they're targeting him or the party with his terror. And he gets 2 uses of this. Very, very, very powerful turns for Eald'narche, especially if you pair him up with a very strong Brave Regen, Brave Healer, just so you could take full advantage, or other ways for him to dump out the Brave during said warp free turn. So some of his noteworthy passives is C50, slightly raises max Brave and attack after Exoplates is dispelled. Usually slightly means 10%, so that is my guess. It's 10% to max Brave and attack. If I'm wrong, let me know down below in the comments. I appreciate it. But this can be further boosted with Phantom of the Past boost, which will give him 5% per artifact passive at 2 stars to max Brave and attack after Exoplates is dispelled. So keep in mind, friends, the key words there are after Exoplates is dispelled. So this is going to happen after he uses phase shift or takes a lethal hit. So pair this up with attack 108 just so he can dish out some nice damage during the trash waves, and then once he dumps out his Exoplates, just further confirming he gets mad after dispelling Exoplates, he's going to just be dishing out that much more damage. EX Plus recommendation, this will vary on you. I could see different arguments for this at, 0 out of 3, 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3. Hey, I'm a little bit more open to this because this will depend on your resources, because I could see him be used at either of these points. So at EX plus 0 out of 3, while Muled Cunning is active, he will gain access to his Brave attack plus HP attack plus. At 1 out of 3, he will raise his max Brave and attack. EX plus 2 out of 3, this is the one that I like. When the quest starts, he will grant himself Muled Cunning for 8 turns, which right off the bat he's gonna have increased max Brave and attack, and he will have access to his HP attack plus Brave attack plus, helping him out during the trash waves. And upon dispelling Exoplates, this will now also inflict terror on all enemies for 2 turns. So you don't have to use Vortex Plus. You can either use Phase Shift, inflict terrors, or when he takes lethal, he inflicts terrors on all enemies, giving him a few extra turns of safety, especially if he's being targeted, because again, terror, the enemy cannot act if they are targeting him. And EX Plus 3 out of 3, Vortex Plus just hits a lot harder. Again, friends, my personal favorite is EX Plus 2 out of 3, but I'm open to the arguments for either or. I mean, if you're primarily taking him for the warp and the terror, I guess 0 out of 3, 1 out of 3 for the increased max Brave and attack. If you're more for the harder hitting EX plus, 3 out of 3, awesome. But again, friends, 2 out of 3 is the sweet spot for me. If you do happen to take him to EX plus 3 out of 3, it maxes out his EX weapon. He has an E-type bonus here. After inflicting a debuff, this will raise max brave by 3% up to 5 times, so 50% total, which will come in very handy for Eald'narche. Some cons about Eald'narche: range resist can shut him down, but he is on an amazing banner, so if you do happen to pick up Garnet, she can help bring him to where he cannot go, wherever he is resisted. Vortex Plus is on the slightly slower side, but I mean, Terror is very powerful, so I could see why they did that. Don't accidentally press phase shift too early and not be happy, because you are missing out on a lot of longevity, because upon dumping out exoplates, he will refresh his second ability. Now it's that time of the video, friends. Are they worth it? Are these units truly worth your precious tickets and or gems? Tickets, don't be cheap on this banner, friends. If you're not using gems, throw tickets on this banner. Unless you have Garnet, I can see that argument. Gems, these units are pity worthy. Now remember, friends, because of the Summer Fiesta, the first multi-draw should be free. The way it read on their slides, the way they talked about it, was that some upcoming 8 banners, the first multi-draw was going to be free. And Eald'narche's banner does fall in that time frame, so the first multi-draw should be free. So hopefully we get some free EXs here, especially Eald'narche. Now Garnet, various forms of Brave Battery to the party in all forms of her ability, and she also grants Brave Regen. Massive heal to the party with her Holy Prayer, her EX ability. Free ability uses at the start of the quest and after using Holy Prayer. This is going to help out her longevity in fights. Amazing enemy-wide Brave Control. She has a lot of AoE attacks, and the fact that she can inflict and imperil her own elements, she's going to be keeping the enemy's brave in check. Speaking of that, Thunder and Water imperils and party-wide Thunder and Water enhances. You could take your party almost anywhere. And at the end of the day, Garnet is an amazing pseudo support attacking unit. Pick up some form of elemental imperiler, some form of elemental attacker, especially if they have both in their kit. Pick them up. Garnet is a good option, especially if you missed out on Fujin. Lulu's a little bit outdated at this point, and if you're not going for Rydia in the Horizon, who Rydia is just water enhanced. We have a lot more on the Horizon, but Garnet is really good for that role. Eald'narche, excellent ranged attacker with turn manipulation shenanigans. I seriously thought this guy was magic. For the longest time, I thought he was a magic attacker. No, he is a ranged attacker. So if you haven't picked up someone like Aranea, and she is going to be repeating in the near future, if you haven't picked up someone like Kane, who's another excellent ranged attacker, get Eald'narche. Great survivability during his exoplates stance. HP and brave damage reduction. Debuff evade. He will heal all his HP by either A, using phase shift, or when he's about to die. Longevity due to him refreshing his Uranos Cascade, so spam his second ability during all the trash waves, then dispel exoplates so you can refresh Uranos Cascade. And while exoplates is active, you can dispel it for free upon using phase shift. Phase shift while exoplates is active is free to use. So you could be going onto the final wave with full ability uses ready for the fight. Again, turn manipulation shenanigans with warp, and he gets free turns with warp after every single enemy moves. He's going to be all over the damn place, especially if there's multiple enemies or bosses. Not only that, he scares the living shit out of enemies with terror to the point where they don't attack, even AoE attacks. So he's going to help shut down a lot of enemies, especially if they're targeting him or your party. And he can extend the duration of his own debuffs after using his additional ability. So at the end of the day, friends, this is an amazing banner. These units are pity worthy. They're both excellent units to pick up. I will say though that Eald'narche, I believe I've seen him like in 1 or 2 Lufenias. If you're not familiar with Lufenia, it's in the near future. It is the next difficulty up above Chaos. But Garnet, I have seen her used in multiple Lufenia stages. So in regards to longevity, Garnet has it over Eald'narche, but at the end of the day, this is a good banner to go on, especially if you're a new player, if you're re-rolling, if you need some form of attacker, if you need some form of pseudo support attacker. This is a really good banner to go on. Both of these units are pity worthy, friends. Now it's that time of the video, a peek into the future to see where these units will reappear if you do happen to skip out on them right now. Or maybe you're watching this video at a later point and you want to see where they come back. So Garnet, she appeared only on 1 banner during my search, and that is during the Kuja LD and Burst debut banner. This banner there's 2 banners, but this banner right here, Garnet, Kuja, and Lulu. This is nothing but an elemental enhancer and imperiler banner, because then Kuja can imperil and enhance Holy. Lulu, she doesn't get anything special here, so she's still outdated, but she can imperil and enhance Fire. And Garnet, she will still be able to imperil and enhance. Kuja's enhanced to the party, comes with his LD, and he can imperil wholly with his kit. And I actually do recommend you guys pick up Kuja's LD because it's going to be the fastest way to farm summon board. So your Kuja with an LD and a friend support Kuja with LD is going to drastically increase farming for summon board points. So if you do decide to skip out on Garnet, this is an excellent banner to pick her up on. And not only that, Kuja goes into his transform during the burst animation. So any hardcore Final Fantasy 9 fans, this is the banner for you. He goes trans. Kuja goes trans. They better do that for Terra and Zidane. Seriously, they better. And Eald'narche has yet to repeat. His Lost Chapter has not debuted on the JP side of the game. It has been pushed back due to the beer bug, so to say. So we are patiently waiting to see what Eald'narche will be doing on the JP side of the game. That is it for this video, friends. I want to thank you guys for watching another Are They Worth It video. Be sure to let me know down below in the comments your guys' thought on this banners. Me personally, my tickets, I'll probably throw tickets on this banner. I do have Garnet's EX weapon. I never limit broke it because I did want to throw some resources on this banner. Just tickets, not gems. Gems are safe until the LD and burst arrow, because I actually did go after Afmu. I wasn't going to, but she's strong. I did chase after Kane's EX weapon with tickets. I did get it. I did 3 out of 3 him. So in regards to this banner, like my tickets, I think I have like what 250 left. So I'll probably throw tickets on this banner because I do want Eald'narche if I can. If I can't get them, Garnet EX plus 3 out of 3. Yes, if I could 3 out of 3 of them both, awesome. So that is my plans for this banner, friends. Again, no gems for me. Tickets, I do have Garnet's EX weapon, but it's not maxed out or anything. So again, friends, your thoughts, your comments on this banner. What are you going to do for this banner? Are you going to go ham? Do you care less? LD and burst is on the horizon. And again, friends, thank you guys for understanding in regards to me not potentially putting out any more Are They Worth It videos until after I move. You guys can catch me on Twitch. Link is down below in the description. I normally go live when events go live, so you can see me there. But other than that, friends, until next time, good luck and have a good one.